Hey everyone, Dylan here, back here with another video today, and let's talk about TalkBack. In a video that is also going to be going up at some point here soon is a video on what the best, not the best, but should a blind person get the most powerful smartphone? Is it necessary? Is it good for them? And this is kind of piggybacking off that kind of video, and I want to talk about TalkBack, more like complain about it, because TalkBack's been my main thing that I've been using as a blind person. I've used in nothing but Android, except for this past year when I got an iPad mini. And so my thoughts, because I went from a LG G8, it was like to a Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus, so a 3-year difference in when these phones were released. And between software and everything, you would have thought that it would have gotten better. But TalkBack has not gotten better at all. It has made no improvement. And I always wondered, okay, is TalkBack just so demanding on the system? So I wondered, maybe it's a hardware issue. At this point, I don't think it's a hardware issue. I don't think TalkBack is it's a hardware issue anymore, because the Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus is the most powerful Android phone. It's really super powerful, and I really doubt TalkBack it can't handle TalkBack. So at this point, I think it's just software. And in all these years, TalkBack hasn't really gotten better. And what do I mean by that? Well, hardly any features are added to TalkBack. It's not made better. It's not made smoother. One thing that, I get annoyed by when I move my finger across the screen, I wish it were more instant, right? Or when you're swiping left and right. When you're swiping right and left and then it's moving to different items on the screen, it just feels like it lags, right? That it takes a second. It's just, I know it probably can never be instant, as if you didn't have TalkBack on at all, so it felt like a normal phone usage. But I would have figured after all this time, it would be more of a smoother experience. It would just be more instant than it is now, or it just kind of feels like it's still laggy and like we're still in 2015 or something. It doesn't feel like it's had much improvement, and they're not really doing anything with it. One thing I experienced on iOS is they have a really cool feature with VoiceOver called screen recognition. And I gotta try to remember exactly. This screen recognition is the device itself, or an AI of the device, tries to make an unaccessible app accessible through its own abilities of finding buttons and labeling them itself. And it's really cool, honestly, because it's made some games and apps that are completely inaccessible. You can't touch anything, to where you can activate some buttons, and it actually makes some apps usable, and it's amazing. And whether it's an AI or whatever, the screen recognition on iOS is such a cool thing, and it can get better, right? They already have a thing here that works pretty well. It's not perfect, but it makes apps that you can't mess with at all, fairly accessible. So it's pretty amazing in that regard, and they can continue to build upon this now that they have the space and just make it better. At least I hope Apple will. They seem to be more accessible friendly with building stuff up and adding stuff and making things better, or so it seems for the short time I've been using an Apple product. But yeah, so this screen recognition thing is amazing, and it's why don't we have anything like this on Android? Android, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't it owned by Google? And Google is a software kind of company, so it's why is Google not doing something similar like screen recognition on iOS? Why are they not moving forward with making more accessible software, like making TalkBack accessible and just rebuilding it from the ground up? There's other things that are better on VoiceOver too that I'm not going to get into, but it just seems like they're not doing anything where Apple is, and I just don't understand. Google has the technology, I would imagine, to be able to make better software. So like, why haven't they done it? I don't feel like they're doing enough. So that's just kind of been my feelings about like how TalkBack is and how it's okay, right? I mean, I don't want to be ungrateful, right? Because the time I live in, it lets us still use our smartphones. Like, TalkBack is still usable, right? It still lets me do everything I want to. I just wish it were better, right? It should be better at this point. I don't know when TalkBack came out, but it's been, probably been out for like 10 years at this point? I don't know. I just feel like they haven't done enough to advance it. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you guys feel the same way, if you use Android and you use TalkBack, if you just feel like, yeah, they're not doing enough or they haven't really tried to make much advancements in TalkBack and their blind accessibility software, or do you think, no, it's fine, they've made, good strides and it's fine as it is. I'm just complaining to be overly complaining. Let me know in the comments below your opinions on it. I'd really like to know. But yeah, it's kind of just been my little video about TalkBack, just kind of ranting and rambling about it a little bit. Yeah, like the video and subscribe and comment and all that good stuff. Thank you guys for watching and thank you guys for listening. I will see you in the next video.